on the grind. Tonight's show is proudly brought to you by Demon Cycles. That's demoncycles.com. Go there for all your motorcycle related parts and stuff. Jason and the guys over there will be glad to take care of you. Let them know the grind sent you. So tonight, I would like to discuss this right there. I want to thank Von Butch for recreating the logo and making it what it is. I really dig the new logo. The new logo. I'm tired. I'm sorry. The new logo. And as you guys can see right here, we have stickers. They're 6-inch stickers, 6 inches across. They are for sale, but I'm going to have to wait before I sell them because what I'm going to do, we'll try to get some hats made, get some t-shirts made, and get some koozies made for you guys. So they're not quite for sale yet, but yes, I know there's a bunch of people out there that have asked for them, telling me they want them, and that that's something they like to be proudly sporting. I do have some. They will, like I said, they will be available. So as usual, if you would please hit the share button, plus leave a comment in the comments section. Telling me where you're at, what city you're from, and where you're watching from, and everything. So just to get everybody caught up on everything, man, we have been, I say we, me and my son works for me part-time. We have just been slammed this year. God has definitely blessed us in the midst of all this COVID and, election year and all this stuff. I have been busier than I have been in many, many, many years. Chopper seat, 2-up seats with sissy bars, airbags, done a bunch of custom bagger seats, recovers, custom made ones. I've just been very blessed there. Hell, I've even done a boat interior this year. But as you guys know, along with all of that stuff, what happens is you get real busy and then things slip by, and sometimes you got to take some time for yourself and your family and get away from this industry because it will swallow you whole if you're not careful. And let's remember, man, we do this for a passion. We do it because we love it. But anyway, I want to bring somebody on here tonight, but at the end of the show, I'm going to be discussing the Grind Biker Build-Off, the National Biker Build-Off that will be happening a year from now. And I'm going to save that for later because we typically have more viewers at the end of the show. So anyway, I got a special guest on here tonight. I just met this cat 2 weeks ago at Blowout's Biker Bash, but apparently he's a Dallas boy. I knew him on Facebook, but I couldn't have picked him out of a lineup if you'd paid me. But anyway, everybody welcome in Derek, the Upgrade Bolden. And I hope I said that correctly. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. What's happening, brother?
What's going on, man? Just finished this Feed the Homeless thing, man.
Right on. Well, tell me about that. What is that?
Well, this group out here does it every year. DT Mob, man, they get together every year and they go out and buy a ton of chicken, man, and they set up a sock drive and blankets and stuff, man, and they give out blankets, socks, and other whatnots, and they feed them. This year was a little light because of COVID, but it was still a good turnout.
Right on. That's some cool shit. So, dude, I'm going to pretend like I don't know you.
Okay.
Because I got to spend a little bit of time with you a couple weekends ago. You're such a nice guy. Someone who's really fun to be around. But so what do you do for a living full time?
I actually put music on motorcycles. I've been doing it for about 2 years, seriously. I woke up one day, I said, you know what, I'm just going to quit my job and do this full time. And
wow.
Louis was moving out, getting a bigger building, and so his was becoming available. So I jumped into Louis' old spot, man, and it's been profitable for me for the last couple of years.
So had you done, stereo systems and stuff like that in cars and stuff as well?
Yes, on a smaller scale. Well, the cars on a bigger scale, but on motorcycles a smaller scale. Before this this wave of big music came out, man. You know, guys were just wanting 4 6x9s, you know, 6.5s, and you know, then when Louis brought his bike out, man, it changed the narrative in the area.
Yeah. So see, a lot of people give Louis shit, and let's face it, man. Louis is one of those people that's very, very vocal on Facebook.
He's a troll.
That in part probably has a lot to do with his success.
Right.
But you know as well as I do who he is.
Yes.
He's probably one of the nicest, most giving people in the industry that we know. I got to see you guys interact and hang out, and you know, everybody plays around, but you can tell that that's just surface. But you know, down low, y'all are like a gang. All of y'all in Dallas are like a real tight knit family. Even though you always talking shit to each other, I mean, I could see that just by watching all you guys interact.
Right. Well, you know, the thing about that is you have to have tough skin when you're dealing with somebody that of Louis' caliber, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's not that he really is just a nice guy. I just think that he's a victim of his own circumstances. You know what I'm saying? His competition level is a lot bigger than a lot of other people's, and where Louis has been able to have the fortitude to move forward a lot faster than a lot of the people that, let's say, I associate with.
Yeah.
It's just a little difficult to take them all in at one time.
Right. So what is the name of your shop?
The Upgrade Customs.
The Upgrade Customs.
Yes. And it was funny how it started. Facebook wouldn't let me change my name anymore, so I was kind of stuck with the Upgrade. And so when I started the business, I figured I already got the name on Facebook. It was just easy to just carry it over.
Right. So what did you think about that show 2 weekends ago?
I honestly, let me be honest with you. That was only my second show. The first Banker Audio show was the one in Arlington at One Love, and then that one. Without knowing exactly what was going on, it was easy to follow, if that makes sense. I was shocked to hear your bike. I wasn't anticipating it being as loud as it was.
Well, you need to say the full spectrum, because it wasn't loud. That thing was hitting.
Well, it's different when you're talking about, a smaller bike, just with a couple of speakers. That thing was rocking, bro. I got to give it to you. It was rocking.
And I take no credit for it. I told you guys that the whole weekend, man, that I don't do stereos. I mean, I was just talking to Brian before I went live here, where he's painting a bike that I'm doing, and I've got like 3 or 4 amps, and I've got all these speakers and all this stuff. And he's like, "Will you bring in the wiring kit?" I'm like, "What do you mean a wiring kit? I don't know what you need. Why would I bring a wiring kit?" I was like, "Shit." And he goes, "That's okay. We'll go to Louis and he'll hook us up with what we actually need." And I was like, "I got all the equipment." He goes, "Do you have the mounting hardware for the radio?" I was like, "Doesn't it just fit on the bike? I mean, it goes there." But it sounds so funny to say that, but that's how naive I am to stereo systems. I really don't know these things.
Right.
So just like with my bike, when I got to give a shout out to Andy Smith from Smart Cycles in Iowa, because he built that system over a phone call.
Right.
And he goes, "Okay, here's your bags. Here's the way you're setting everything up. Here's the lids you've got. This is the kind of tour pack you're going to use. I'll build you a system." So he built me the system. And then my buddy here from Squealing Pigs Audio, Lonnie Rebel, he actually built my bike as far as the bags go to work with that equipment that he got. So it actually took 2 different teams to make this system happen for me. Now everybody kept asking me, "Man, that's a badass bike you built. Who built that bike?" I said, "Well, I built the bike, but they built the stereo."
Right, exactly.
And when you have good people, you have to let everybody know. You got to let them know that I'm not a stereo guy. I weld, I fabricate, I work with Bondo, I work with fiberglass. I do all of those things, but I don't do stereos. So there's no way I could ever take credit for that stereo other than being able to turn it up and turn it down.
Right, exactly.
Those are the professionals. They knew what they were doing, you know.
Well, for me, it's harder for me to understand the dynamic of the sound competition with the motorcycle. When I was competing with cars, we had a meter. You basically built this big system, and you was hoping that your bass hit the highest number. Well, with this motorcycle, it's more of a little bit more uh, well, they're looking for different things. It's more sound quality than anything. So being in those competitions, where I'm trying to go as loud as I possibly can, listening to other people's bikes, I realize that it's not about how loud your bike is, but how clean it is. So that's more of what my tuning is. It's just more about learning what they're looking for and then building a bike for that.
Yeah. So what did you do before you actually did the stereos?
Oh man, I've been I was a courier for a pathology company, man. So I basically drove around all day and took naps and just did dumb shit like that. And
Yeah.
I would do like little things to make a little extra money. And uh when I felt like I was at the point where I could do this, then I just went on ahead and did it full time. But I've been driving for about, I don't know, 20 years, so to speak.
Right on.
So
Well,
it
I
was
just
a
need
mutual
everybody to
choice.
know there's so many comments, and I know they're leaving comments, but I can't see the comments for some reason tonight. So I'm not ignoring anybody because I know they're talking shit. Everybody's
Right.
talking shit. But
Right.
usually I can see them. But for some reason tonight, my comments aren't popping up.
Maybe it's me.
It's not you. It's all. It does it. I love the platform from Be Live because it goes to both pages. It goes to the Grind page and then it goes to the Grind YouTube channel.
Okay.
Which is really cool. Plus, it's pretty easy to bring you on, bring you in here. I take you in and take you out of the feed.
Right.
But for some reason tonight, there's not any comments flowing through here, and I love watching the comments. But I guess it's a good thing because it gives you and me an opportunity to talk. Because usually I get preoccupied reading all the shit that's going on. But anyway, so I'm going to be up there this weekend. Are you guys going to be available to hang out or do anything Saturday night? Can you not hear me? What happened? Where'd you go? Hello? Can you not hear me? Oh, he's gone. So I have no earthly idea of why I cannot see what's going on. Okay, there he is. There he's back now. Once he pops back in, I'll bring him back up. I have no idea what happened. You were there and I was watching you, but I guess you couldn't hear me.
No. Lost the whole feed.
I have no earthly idea. Sometimes this thing acts up like that, and I don't really know what's going on. So okay, so let's get back to the how badass my bike is.
Okay.
So I give those guys that credit for what they do because I'll tell you, man, there's so much to stereo systems, and inadvertently surrounding myself with people that are really big in that portion of bike building, like Scott Owens and Louie.
Right.
When you inadvertently, I've surrounded myself with people like that. When my bike did show up, it's kind of like, oh shit, Kevin's got a stereo bike. This is going to be fun.
Right.
Because it's just they know I'm not that guy. But when they heard the bike, everybody was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where the hell that
So was I. I didn't even know it was your bike. I didn't know it was your bike. They was like, "Oh no, this Kevin's bike." I was like, "No shit."
That's what I said. That's exactly what I was like. That's my bike. Damn.
Yeah.
But my point was that when you hear all these different bikes and you see like, Scott Owens, the mad scientist, the way that he's able to do things and put things together, you're just like, where do you figure that? It's kind of like brain surgery. There's people out there that do it and they're very good at it, but I can't comprehend it.
All right. So you build seats, right?
Yes.
Okay. So just imagine you have a customer that has the specific seat, the same way that you seen the color of my bike. You said, "Hey, I got 3 and I can do your seat." Well, Scott is a numbers nerd, and he knows all the numbers.
Yeah.
And when you start adding those numbers up, it just equates to what we know is what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just, I mean, the dude, I mean, just talking to him a couple of weeks ago, man, it was just like, oh shit, okay, I need to come to Arizona for a week.
And it's crazy because you know what the funny thing about that is if you did go to Arizona, he'd bring you right up in the shop and just show you whatever you need to know.
Yes.
Because he's good like that. And see, that's the whole thing. Like with my bike, is that Andy had a vision for what could be with my build, because I built that bike in 2013.
Okay.
It's not a fresh build. That thing's old. It's a grandpa. But once I decided to change it back to a Road King, because it was set up as a Street Glide.
Okay.
But once I set it up back as a Road King, I was like, I want to put the tour pack on it for my wife to carry junk and blah, blah, blah. And then Andy got involved and he's like, no, we can do a stereo. And then my other buddy got involved and he's like, oh, yeah, well, we can do this and that. And then Carl Bordner, I don't know if you know him from Hefe Rings. He's like,
yes.
let me send you some rings. And then Scott, I called Scott and I was like, dude, I need to port and seal and port my bags. He goes, okay, well, here's how you do it. And I was like, whoa, hold on. I don't do that. But my guy over here does that.
Right.
He's going to call you. So they talked. So it actually took what? Lonnie, Jason, Chino, Andy, Scott, and Carl. It took 6 people to make that bike sound that way, with a little bit of input from a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know there's people out there that are good people, because when you have 6 different people find out that I'm going to do something and all 6 people jump in quickly, they don't question, they don't get upset. They're like, boom, they just jumped right in.
Right.
And somebody was telling me, I won't say their name out of respect, but somebody's like, now you're in, now watch what happens. You're going to go down the rabbit hole. And I was like, man, I'm never going to go down the rabbit hole.
Yes. It's
the
a rabbit
reason,
hole.
Well, of course, I see that, because the guy, Jason, which is friends with Lonnie, that, they built the bike system. He was like, oh, now, dude, now we got to step you up from a 1200. Now you got to go to a 2400 on them 10s. And I was like, why? I don't know why. Why would you have to do that? This thing is awesome the way it is. He's like, oh, no. We're going to do it. And so they're going to take my bike and go around to different competitions, because they feel like that 6 speaker is going to be really hard to beat throughout the country. And I'm like, dude, man, I just want to make sure my bike's rideable. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
It's already good for me. But, my point is that everybody wants to be involved, and everybody just, it's a kick-ass community, you know? And what makes me feel good, you've got left and right, Trump, Biden, conservative, liberal. Everybody comes from everywhere, but yet when you get us together around motorcycles, none of that shit matters.
None of it.
It's just a family. It's just a close-knit group of people. And that's what I was telling you, is that when y'all did this, getting to meet you in Galveston, and I met a couple other people too, just seeing how everybody interacts, man, that made me feel really good, because online you kind of get a preconceived notion, man, this motherfucker's talking some serious shit about Louis. Right. But then when you see him in person, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's all in fun. And yeah, there are some animosities out there and some stained relationships, but for the most part, everybody's really cool with everybody and literally willing to help everybody.
And see, and that's the problem that I have, is that, I'm all about, peace, love, and happiness, but I got a mean side too, and I'm not gonna put myself in a position to disrespect Kevin.
Right.
Regardless. If Kevin sent me a seat and I didn't like the way the seat, I'm not gonna post the seat and say, Kevin sent me this piece of shit and he know he's wrong for it. No, I'm gonna call Kevin and say, hey, Kevin, say, what's going on with this seat? Whether it's me or a customer that comes into my shop. It's not my responsibility to call out another shop. It's my responsibility to say, hey, look, I got something in here, and I don't know what the deal was, because just like I know, the customer is not going to say, oh, I only had this amount of money.
Yeah.
They're not going to say, oh, I told him, don't worry about that. Go ahead and take that shortcut because I
Yeah.
wanted my bike. They're not going to tell you that shit. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what pisses me off about shop bashing. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
You know, if I don't like you, I don't like you. But it's not gonna affect the way that I do business, period.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that I know is you see that, and it's always funny to me. And I have a real good story about something just like that. And I refuse to say anybody's names, but I'm only saying this for content because I want people to understand. You know, I used to be really good friends with a shop, and then I was really good friends with another shop, and then I was really good friends with another shop, and another shop, and another shop, and another shop, and it gets to the point where I really want to see people succeed.
Yes.
Now I know for a fact one of these shops was building bikes for the wrong reason. It was just for the glam and just for the money.
Right.
And they did some badass bikes. But then you hear people talking smack like, oh, I'm not that guy. If you fucking talk shit to me like that, I will fucking buy a plane ticket and come there and crush you. But when you see those people, those two same individuals, and they're face to face, and I'm not a small guy. I mean, I'm
Right.
6 foot, 220 pounds. I go to the gym 3 days a week, not to be big, but to keep up with a 7-year-old.
Right.
But I'm not that. I literally am not that guy. But when you tell me, hey, I'm not that guy, man, I'll come up on him and I'm going to fucking beat the brakes off of him. And then you're there in front of him and I'm like, dude, we're here. There he is. I'm with you. Let's go.
Yes.
And you literally don't do a fucking thing and then
smile in his face.
Yeah. And then blow it off. I'm like, whoa. Now, had you been the guy that told me, you know what, dude, I have an issue with that cat. He has an issue with me. I don't want any issues with this shit. It's one thing to talk shit on Facebook, but I'm going to let it go in person. I've got respect for that. I mean, let's face it. At my age, I'm 51 years old. I'm not 100% sure I want to go get an ass whooping. Whether I win or lose, it's going to hurt tomorrow.
Yeah, that is a fact. We don't heal the same way.
That's right. But
so you know, I went live a couple of days ago and I addressed that shit. And my whole thing is when I go live, you know, I want to have fun. I joke, I dish out information, but it's all in fun. But what I'm not going to do is have you use my platform to distribute your hate.
Yeah.
That's not what my platform is for.
Yeah. Well, I think one good thing is I notice this too, is a lot of people communicate. And it's so weird to see grown men. Like, I'll be honest with you. When I got to see Louie and Scott interact with the slingshots that Saturday night, and I got to see just how crazy it got, I was like, shit, I'm kind of afraid somebody's fixing to get popped. But nobody got popped. I was like, whew. And I'm very happy, but it felt like that. There was that much tension over a stereo system.
Right.
You know?
And this is all behind music. Like, yes. This is all behind music. Like, what the fuck are we doing that music creates this kind of animosity?
Well, I tend to think the fact that we're all men, so we all of us, and me included, we have egos, man. We have pride. I don't want to go in there and get beat up on and be like, well, shit, my bike really wasn't that badass. You know, even if you just go in there and kind of, well, it was close. That's better than, no, you just got ran the fuck over. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, Kevin, look, man, I'm going to tell you right now, you know, this whole subwoofer shit, I didn't like it. You know, I just like, man, I'm not fit to do this shit. I understand that rabbit hole, and I get it. Because once you get ran over, you're going to go and fucking spend another, you know, $15,000. I'm not doing that shit, man. If you, Kevin, if your bike is louder than mine, guess what? I'm going to dap you up, man. You won. Yeah. I'm not going to get into all that shit. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love music. And that's why I give people shit about their playlist. Because you can have the baddest system and the shittiest song is being played, and you're going to look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yes. If you want to hear my playlist, you'd be like, who the hell is that? What is that? I'd be like, man, that's Motley Crue, bro.
Yeah, you can't win a fucking contest playing Charlie Pride, man.
That's right. But you can have a damn good night listening to Charlie Pride.
You know, and it's not about what it's what sounds good on your bike. You know, I give people shit all the time about the playlist because I love music. I've been a fan of music for so long. So I know what I'm listening to. I know why I'm listening to it. So when I see people like, man, that's not what. No, you're not. No, you start over.
And see, sometimes in some of these competitions, and I feel really bad, but if you go back to the very first round when I brought my bike in, Josh was like, all right, Kevin, let me explain how this works. And he started talking, and I'm literally so scared I'm going to get a text message or something that I hurry up and I hit play on accident, and it just went. And he's like, oh, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I felt so bad because I cut him completely off when he was just trying to be nice. But I was so nervous that I was like, dude, I got to play that song before the screen goes black. I got to play the song. You know, I got to do this. And it's nerve-wracking sometimes. And, well, for me, it was nerve-wracking the entire night because it's kind of overwhelming. It was overwhelming for me because the bike sounded so great. But not knowing what else and what everything else was going to sound like, I'm overwhelmed because I'm amazed that they can get that kind of sound. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? Go and come back. I don't know what the hell happened, how that happens to him where he can hear me and then he can't hear me. I can't hear any I can't hear any, I can't see any comments, so I don't know if everybody else can hear me or not, but I have no clue what's going on with your phone, bro. So you hear me now because I can hear
Kevin,
you
I
now.
can't hear you. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me?
No.
Did you hear that?
Fuck, man.
So, all right. So
I can try to refresh it again.
So I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on. I really wished that we could get something in here. I wish I could see the goddamn comments. I wish I could see them. So can you hear me now? No, that's you. That ain't me. You can't hear me? I can hear
this
you.
piece of shit ass phone, man. Let's see.
I can hear you.
Kevin, I'm gonna shut this phone down and I'll just reach back out to you.
All right. Anyway, all right, everybody. So I don't know what's going on. I can't see any comments. You know what? I'm going to go on my cell phone just to see if I can actually see comments on the actual show itself. Just because I can't read any comments and I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Oh, God dang, there's 130 comments. So, all right. So somebody, if you can hear me, somebody leave a comment right now that you can hear me. Okay, cool. Thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it because I can't. There's no comments on the screen right now, so I've got my cell phone on, as y'all can see, just so I can read these comments. But he about to be pissed off. I'm not going to get pissed off, man. Some of the best stuff from this show is the comments. The comments are freaking amazing. I love the comments that everybody leaves on here. The comments are great. But anyway, so I'm going to quit looking down at my phone now that I can see the comments on my phone. No shit, you know, I don't want to read this shit. But look, now I'm looking down and I'm wanting to read this stuff. So everybody can see that link right here. Well, you can't see it, but there's a link right here at the bottom of the screen right here, right there. He said, who was that? Somebody, either Louie or Brian, can come on and just by clicking that link. So if you want to click that link, you can do it. Chino, come on, Chino. Why don't you come on? Just click the link, Chino. That's all you got to do. Let me go over here real quick to Chino. Let me search for the Cheener and see if I can find him. There we go. Let's see if we can find Mr. Chino in the win. There he is right there. Send Chino a message real fast, like paste. Go. All right, Chino, I just sent you a link, brother. Click that link and come on the show with me, man. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm able to keep up with the comments and stuff right now, so that's cool. So I can see them on my phone. If apparently you can't see the link at the bottom of the screen, but I can see it. It's just a little link. But anyway, I sent the link over there to Chino real quick. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. So Derek's back. Hopefully Derek can see. Derek can hear me now. Hold on. Has Chino the Wind been drinking? Yes, hopefully he has been drinking. So you still can't hear me?
Nah, man, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying
either.
to go through another phone. Let me try. I'm gonna try another phone, man. Hey, I'll get it figured out. I'll hit you back up.
All right, brother. Thank you, sir.
God damn it.
So he's gonna hear that. Yeah, damn it. No, I don't know if Chino's been drinking or not, but anyway, there's a link. I sent him a link in the messages. So anyway, so now that I know what Chino said, y'all hold on. I gotta be on a computer for this. No. Cell phone works. Damn it, works. There you go. Anyway, so get on your trap phone. Ooh, Brian, he's messing with him hard. Anyway, so I'm going to take the next couple of minutes and explain this. Oh, shit. Well, there's Chino. So, all right. So Chino's on here. Boom. There he is.
What's up, fellas?
So we were discussing stereo systems, and the phone messed up or whatnot. But what I was basically saying, which is something.
Yes, he ain't paid the bill.
As Brian said, he got a trap phone. That's so mean. What we were talking about is the stereo systems. Like, okay, so one thing you did that impressed me way beyond, and I would have never in a million, you couldn't have paid me $5 million to figure that out because I wouldn't have known it was there. But you said something was phased. I don't even know. How would you know that would happen?
Well, I mean, you had some pretty good 10s in there, and I know they should have been knocking, but yeah, nothing but air coming out of your ports, but no sound. So one of them was right, and the other one was flipped backwards. When I unhooked that one speaker, and then that facial expression popped up on your face when
because you were looking right at me when it happened.
Like, what the?
Yeah.
Yep. We found the problem, flipped the other one around, plugged it back in, and you got double the bass now. I mean, it shit happens. You know, people do it all the time, but you just gotta know what you're looking for.
Well, yeah. So when I was talking to Lonnie about that, Lonnie said the same thing, but the whole thing is when you're tuning a bike, it's foreign. Like I would have never in a million years known there was anything wrong with it. And it was just a very simple little tiny thing. And even Lonnie was saying that it was one of them things because it was such a fresh tune that it was easy to overlook something like that because you haven't worked with that stuff before. So It's not like I'm taking anything away from Lonnie because Lonnie's a badass. I mean, he really is. I mean,
pretty clean. Like the way he laid everything out in there. And
he's very good. But to have somebody that can you just walked right up to the bike and it's like, and I was like, why is he laying down under my bike? To be able to get that good with stereos. And I'll be honest with you, I met you, what was it? Roughly, in August. Yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Yeah, just about when you were doing the bike
first build off.
And I hope you put that motor in that bike. Good God, that thing was heavy.
in and out. Yep. What does that remind you of? Somebody getting plugged. Anyway, so
that day.
But my whole point when I met you, I was like, man, who are these dudes? Because y'all just came right over out of the blue to drop some books off for some parts. I'd never met y'all before. I've seen you online. And when all this time's gone by, I still really haven't gotten to know you personally. Like, we don't hang out and do all that stuff. I've seen you at a couple of Banger shows, but it turns out you're apparently a badass, and I just didn't even know it.
I ain't nobody, man. I'm just another pea in the pod.
Well,
you in this game.
Well, you can say that, but from people like me, you know, I've seen some of the bikes you guys have built, you put your hands on. I've seen some of the stereos you put your hands on. But when you walk up to my bike and and you just walk right up to it, you're like, oh, do this. And I was like, what the that's like some wizard shit.
Nah, it's just years of listening.
You know, that's like, well, so how long have you been doing stereo systems and stuff?
Man, I've been doing stereo since I was a kid, mainly on cars. I just barely jumped into the bike stuff probably about 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's progressed from there. And I give it all to Louis Bailey, man. Louis Bailey kicked my ass one day and talking a lot of shit like he does now, and got me fired up and got me building some pretty good bikes, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard from the grapevine that you're, to one degree or another, going to actually be teaming up with Lonnie occasionally. That's what I heard.
I'll help Lonnie out. I mean, Lonnie has asked, and I told him I'll come by the shop and help him out every now and then. I work a full-time job, just like you do. I do this stuff on the side, man.
Well, that's the funny thing. Lonnie works a full-time day job at the plant I work at. You work in a plant. It's like everybody it's amazing to me, but everybody in the plants that I work with, I tell every one of them, man, you got to get a side hustle. You got to get you a side gig doing something. You can't just do plant work.
Yeah, plant work's boring. I mean, it pays the bills. This stuff, this is the fun hobby that actually pays for a lot of the stuff that's on my bike. So, you know, you can't complain about that.
Well, I'm really, 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 really excited right now because Lonnie's opening up a full-fledged shop.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
And I know for a fact, I have heard a lot of bikes he's done stereo systems on and a lot of bike builds that he's done. And for somebody that works a full-time shift work job like him to do what he does in his spare time.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you need to learn how to sleep more often. That's all I'm saying. Just learn how to go to sleep. And he's probably one of the hardest working people I've ever met. And just like when he was doing my bike, he was like, nah, man, you're gonna bring me the bike. I got stuff I have to do to the bike. It ain't just putting some speakers in it. And when he actually explained what he was doing, I was like, Jesus Christ, you got to do all that just to put a speaker in it? And he was like, if you want it to play right, if you want it to hold up, and you want it to last, you have to.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it that people don't realize goes into building these bikes. But, you know, it's fun for me, and I have you see me out there. It's all fun. That's all I want to do out there is just have fun with these guys.
Well, and that's the other thing is, and I've like I said, I've only been to a couple of the day shows for Banger, but to see everybody together, man, it's almost like everybody has known each other for like their entire lives. Everybody is just so cool with everybody. I didn't see any issues whatsoever at that show. And you take that big group of people from all over the country and put them in one place, and it looks like they're all family. That's a pretty strong testament to the individuals.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
So, but anyway, so dude, I just wanted to give you some kudos because I mean the fact that you did that for me, that was sweet as shit. I appreciate you. I owe you. I can't wait. What time is it? Yeah. So while I've got you on here, we're going to shift gears real fast.
All right.
The Grind National Biker Build Off.
Oh,
you said you're in, right?
Oh, you know I'm in. Okay,
so I'm starting to slowly get stuff put together, getting things done. It's going to start January 1st. That's when you can actually start. You got to do you got to do your little promo video, a little 2, 3, 4, 5 minute promo video. I think I'm going to try to get everybody hooked up on WhatsApp, I think is what it's called. because you can send videos, 5, 10, 15-minute videos in a text message.
Yeah.
But you got to take your cell phone and turn it sideways because that's what your TV is going to show. You can't do it now. You got to do whenever you're doing your video for yourself.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm requesting of all the builders is turn your phone sideways and do some videos throughout the build. So at the end of it, you have a catalog of building your bike, this, that, and the other. So whenever the videographer gets all that footage, he can cut, chop, paste, and put all that stuff together in a full-length documentary.
Yeah.
What class are you going to go in?
Probably bagger and softail.
Okay.
I'm going to team up with another guy for the chopper class too.
Oh, so y'all are doing 2 different ones?
Yeah, probably. No, I'm not starting on the chopper class, but I'm definitely doing a bagger.
Right. Okay. So I'm not even, I'll talk to you later about who the other guy is, because who I think it is he local?
He's local.
Okay. Because I think he's in Facebook jail right now.
Oh, hell. I'm not going to say no names. And I'm not going to report that either.
Yeah, no, don't say anybody's name. Well, anyway, so the whole deal is that I'm gonna put all the rules and stuff up December 1st.
Okay.
You saw tonight that I'm looking for 2 more judges because unfortunately one of the judges is going to be in SEMA. And the funny thing is they were down to do it, but they couldn't do it. You want to know who it was?
You gonna say right now, or are you gonna go?
Well, I can tell you who the judge was that was, for all practical purposes, had agreed, but couldn't because they'd be in SEMA.
Who was it?
Joe Martin.
Oh, shit. I talked to Joe Martin a few months back. He's a cool dude, man. I really like that guy.
I've been friends with him since 2006. 2005. And of course, he went his way. I've gone my way. Everything's changed. So it's not like I could text message him if I wanted to, but it's not like we're best buddies or anything like that. But I would have loved to have him as a judge for this show.
Oh yeah, he would have been a good judge.
Being a World Biker Build-Off winner, that's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Huh?
What was he going to see before?
Oh, because because of the TV show. He draws big crowds. And so I don't know who he's setting up there with or any of the details, but him and Amanda, they were like, yeah, we'd love to do it, but we're going to be in SEMA at those times.
Yeah.
So I have one more judge that I'm still reaching out to that hasn't said yes and he hasn't said no, and that's Aaron Green. Okay. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So between Curly, Chris Moose, Aaron Green, if I can get him, I pray to God I can. And then there's one more guy that I want to get, but I need to talk to him before I agree to get him.
So you already got Chris in?
Huh?
You already got Chris in?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Chris messaged me and said he's down.
Yeah, I remember you out it a couple weeks back and wasn't sure.
Well, dude, I look at it like this. You're going to have people that actually know what they're looking at.
Right.
They got to be able to see the craftsmanship. That's why I wanted Curly, because Curly is just right there on the top of the freaking game.
Yeah.
So I know he knows what he's looking at, but he's unbiased enough that even though I think if he did have an issue with a shop, he would still be fair with that shop.
Right.
So between him and Chris, and then hopefully Aaron being old school, just freaking a metal architect, I think he'd be kick ass. And then the last guy is he's just badass all the way around. I mean, just the full spectrum. I think those 4 people judging would be a good enough spectrum of people across the board to actually pick that best bike. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
So, but anyway, all that shit's going to be online December 1st or right there that week or that Thursday. By that Thursday, whatever December, I don't know if that's the 2nd or 3rd or whatever the date is, but it's the first Thursday in December. I will post everything online so everybody's got a month to look at it, feel like if they want to compete, this, that, and the other. I won't start taking anybody's money until January 1st. But once you do the money, you got to print out, the rules. You know what I'm saying? Not the criteria, but just the rules. And you got to put your money order on it, or you got to sign it and mail it to me, because I'm going to have that with your money.
All right.
I'm still talking to my CPA. I don't know, maybe you know, but I got to figure out for my CPA, how do you get that much money without me having to pay taxes on it? Because I'm going to give it all back to the builder, whoever wins.
Don't catch me lying on that one. I don't.
Well, I'm waiting on my CPA to get back with me, because she's going to tell me a way to do that, to make that work, so that it's, because whoever wins that money, they have to pay taxes on it. It's income. But I don't know how.
I'm not taxes on it.
What'd he say?
I said I ain't paying no taxes on that money.
No, Louis said something.
Oh.
Louis text messaged me something. I got to see what the hell he said.
Oh shit! If it's Louis, oh man.
Unfortunately, Louis, they're not. Anyway, so I'm gonna be in Dallas this weekend. Hey, are you gonna go to Jeff Eldridge's show?
Yes, I
Okay.
make it go.
So Lonnie is gonna go with y'all, and they're gonna take my bike.
Oh shit! I guess I'm gonna have to build a 6-speaker to whoop that bike's ass now.
I guess. I guess. Okay. Because you want $1,000.
I'm just gonna go to have a good time.
I wish I could go, but I've got so much more planned this next year, and I've got to save a lot of money, because if I don't find some corporate sponsors from my side, I'm probably looking at spending a good $10,000-$15,000 just to make this show happen.
Man, you're friends with Louis Bailey. He got that shit in his pocket.
I'm trying to get Louis in the build off. Hey, man, keep your money, but go on and get in that build off, dude. I'm serious. I'm I'm trying to get as many people and as I can get across the board. That's why I put that post out last night. I tagged 50 people in it. You know, I want to make sure that I try to get as many good builders, garage guys, whomever. You know,
How many people so far?
Do I?
How many people you got signed up so far?
So without having people's money in my hand till January 1st, I want to say there's 14 people.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good payday.
Well, it's, what is that? 14 people. So 4 would be 10. So that's 30 grand, or no, $35,000.
I could take that.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what the breakup is though. Like how many are baggers and softails and how many are choppers and bobbers. So it's a total of 35, but I got to split it up for each class.
Right.
And I won't know that. I won't know that until January 1st when people start sending me money, because you'll be able to enter the contest all the way till March 1st. So
Okay.
You get January and February to decide whether or not you want to be in it. You just lose those 2 months in build time.
Right.
You know, anything after March 1st, I'll be like, no, we're done. You know, unless you just think you're that fucking badass. But I don't think it would be fair. But who cares? I mean, if you're able to start 2 or 3 months before somebody, what difference would it make? Just keep adding that money up.
Well, you already paid the $2,500 betting on yourself. So no matter when they start, they're still betting on themselves.
Yeah. Well, I do think there needs to be a cutoff date. I'm not sure if I want to make it March 1st or if I want to make it April 1st, but there will be a cutoff date just out of respect, because I don't want some slagger coming in May with a bike he's already built. No. I don't want to see your fucking bike until October. That's what I want to see, because I need you to send me the videos of you building it. I don't want you, be working on something this year right now, and then come May, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to go and put it in there. No. Whatever you're building cannot have been in another show.
Right.
Like you can't build a bike and then take it to Sturgis in August. That's not going to work that way. Which is why I'm putting the rules up there. You gotta sign the rules and pay your money. I mean, you can send me the money. I'm gonna keep your $2,500, but you're not in it until I get that contract that what the rules are. Because it's not fair. People can grab a bike that was built 2 years ago and never show anybody, and then you just take that bike and put it in there. No, the point is I want you to build the bike in 2021 and then show that fucker the first time in Galveston.
Right.
So, but anyway.
You got all that labeled out in the rule sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Well, so I have 2 different sheets. I have the judging criteria, so everybody can use that as a platform when they're building. And then I've also got the second sheet, which is the actual rules of the show. And they're really kind of dickish. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be. I'm not going to be that guy that's just like, oh, I'll let that slide. No, I'm sorry. It's black and fucking white right here. That's the rules. You knew it when you signed up. You're out. You know, because I don't want that bullshit coming up. Oh, it's rigged. Oh, you didn't do me right. No, you read the rules. You signed the rules. You know what the rules are. You're done.
Yeah.
Don't come in here with some crybaby bullshit because Chino started his build January 1st and you didn't start yours till May. Sorry for your luck, Chuck.
I mean, but hell, they'll still have what? If they started in May, June, July, August, September, October, they still got 6 months to build a bike.
And they would still cry because they didn't have enough time.
I mean, I guess
Exactly.
take a year to build a fucking bike. I'm not going to name no names, but it don't take that long to build a fucking bike.
PJ just said, damn, he don't blink. Blink for him.
The lighting, man.
It's the lighting.
And my squinty eyes, you can't tell if I'm blinking or not.
They don't look squinty tonight. They look really wide and open tonight. Like you just had a monster or something.
I did have one of those too.
Well, brother, man, dude, I'm going to say it one more time. Thank you very, very much for everything you've done and all the help you've given me. I appreciate you 100%. If you ever need anything on the fabrication metal side, let me know. If you need something on the seat side, let me know.
Get me into Deer Park, man.
When they finally start, I believe me, you will have a text message sent your way saying, hey, they're hiring. Get over here.
Let me know. I'll take a job over at that plant, over my plant.
Yeah. Well, watch it because they could be watching you.
I ain't worried about them.
Your brother's watching you. He said, damn, Kevin, quit cursing. Okay, I'm sorry. Where's my cursing jar? But anyway, brother, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to end this video because I've been on here for an hour, and I've got some more shit to get done.
Yeah, I think they filled up a couple curse jars just for you.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Have a great night, dude. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, buddy. Bye.
All right.
Okay, so I see all of these comments just flowing and blowing and going. I don't know why the comments weren't coming up on the screen, but you know, that's totally cool. It's no big deal. But I am going to jump off of here for tonight because it's almost 10 o'clock. But be looking for me next Thursday night. I'm going to spend pretty much the majority of next Thursday night going over. Oh shit, I'm sorry. We will not be here next Thursday night because everybody will be with their families. Next Thursday night is Thanksgiving. So scratch, I won't be here. You guys will see me the following Thursday night. The following Thursday night, I will go live. It will be about the National Biker Build Off. We're going to make this stuff work. It's going to be a good time. And I'm sure as shit going to do everything in my power to get a documentary made of the whole thing. But it's going to take everybody's participation to make that happen. So get in it, get involved, bring your A game. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please hit the share button. That's how we get more viewers, man.